Welcome to Daily Papers, the podcast where we break down the latest and most interesting academic papers into something you can actually understand.
Today, we're talking about AI assistants. You know, the kind you might ask to schedule a meeting, find a file, or reply to an email. They seem so smart, but they have a hidden weakness.
And that weakness is choice. Imagine you ask your AI assistant to reply to the latest email from my boss, a simple enough task. But what if that AI has a toolbox with 1,000 different tools it could use? It has tools for searching email, deleting email, forwarding email, creating calendar invites, searching contacts, deleting contacts. The list goes on.
Suddenly, that simple task becomes a minefield. The AI has to pick the one correct tool out of 1,000. It's like being in a hardware store and needing one specific screw, but you're standing in an aisle with every screw ever made. You're bound to get overwhelmed and maybe even grab the wrong one.
This is the exact problem tackled in a new paper called ToolMenuBench, benchmarking tool menu filtering strategies for reliable and efficient LLM agents. The authors argue that we're so focused on making the AI smarter, we're forgetting to make the problem simpler.
Right. Large language models, or LLMs, are the brains behind these assistants. And when they use other programs like your email or calendar, we call those tools. The problem is, as we give them more tools, they get more powerful but also more confused. The list of available tools is what the paper calls the tool menu.
And this paper says that showing the AI the entire massive tool menu all the time is a terrible idea. The AI gets distracted. It might see a tool that sounds right but is for a completely different task. Or it might see a tool that it will need later but not right now and try to use it out of order.
That's a premature action, like trying to spread peanut butter before you've even taken the bread out of the back. It just doesn't work.
And even worse, what if the menu includes risky tools, like delete all files or send a payment? You don't want the AI to even consider those unless it's absolutely necessary.
Exactly. So the researchers created a benchmark, which is basically a standardized test, to try out a simple but powerful idea. What if we filter the tool menu? Instead of showing the AI all 1,000 options, what if we only show it a few, carefully selected ones?
They tested a few different ways to do this. The first approach is the baseline, just show the AI everything. We'll call this the entire kitchen approach. You want to make a sandwich? Here's the oven, the blender, the food processor, every single appliance and utensil we own. Good luck.
As you can imagine, that didn't go so well. The second method was a bit smarter. It's called keyword filtering. The AI looks at your request, like reply to my boss's latest email, and it shows you tools with keywords like email, reply, or search.
That's better. It's like asking for a screw and being pointed to the fasteners aisle instead of just being left at the front door of the hardware store. It narrows things down, but that aisle is still huge and confusing.
The next approach is even better. It's called state-aware filtering. This method only shows the AI tools that it can actually use right now. For example, it won't show you the send email tool if you haven't written a draft yet. The state of the world, the fact that no draft exists, makes that tool unusable.
Okay, that seems very logical. You can't perform an action if the prerequisites aren't met. But the researchers found the absolute best method was something they call causal minimal tool filtering, or CMTF.
That sounds complicated, but the idea is beautiful in its simplicity. It's all about cause and effect. This method looks at the task and says, what is the absolute, one and only logical next step to get closer to the goal? And it only shows the AI the tool for that one single step.
So back to our sandwich analogy. If the task is make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the CMTF method doesn't just hide the oven, it hides everything except the very first thing you need to do, get 2 slices of bread. The AI's tool menu literally just has one option, get bread.
And once it does that, the state of the world changes. Now you have bread, so the menu updates. The next logical step is to get the spreads, so the menu now shows 2 tools, get peanut butter and get jelly. It guides the AI step by step, never showing it a distracting or premature option.
It's like having a master chef whispering in your ear, telling you exactly what to do one step at a time. So the big question is, how much of a difference did this make?
A staggering difference. When the AI was shown all the tools at once, the entire kitchen approach, it only successfully completed its task about 32% of the time.
Wow, so it failed 2/3 of the time. That's not a very reliable assistant.
Not at all. But when they switched to the causal minimal filtering method, the one that only shows the very next logical step, the success rate jumped to over 85%.
From 32% to 85%? That's incredible. And all they did was change the menu being shown to the AI. They didn't make the AI itself any smarter.
Exactly, and it gets even better. They also measured something called token usage, which you can think of as the amount of computational effort or thinking time the AI needs to complete a task. By showing the AI a tiny menu, you're saving it from having to read and process the descriptions for hundreds of useless tools.
And how much more efficient was it?
The causal minimal filtering method reduced token usage by roughly 98%.
98%? So it's not only way more reliable, it's also dramatically cheaper and faster to run.
And safer. By hiding those risky tools like delete all contacts until they are causally necessary, which for most tasks is never, you drastically reduce the chance of the AI making a catastrophic mistake. It can't click a dangerous button it can't see.
This feels like such an important lesson for anyone building AI systems. The main takeaway isn't just that we need bigger and better AI brains. It's that the interface we build for them, the way we present the world and their choices, is just as critical.
It really is. This paper shifts the focus from just model capability to the whole agent interface system. A well-designed, filtered menu can turn a confused, unreliable AI into an efficient and trustworthy partner. You don't always need a smarter agent. Sometimes you just need a simpler problem.
And simplifying the problem by only showing what's necessary next seems to be the key. What a fascinating piece of research.
It just goes to show that a little bit of smart design can go a very, very long way.
That's all today on Daily Papers. Join us next time for another look at the research that's shaping our world.